Hello and welcome back to Retrotainment Recast. We're back here, and as you can see, there's more than just the three of us. We have two special guests coming in, JP and Josh, and they have the unenviable task of recasting the masterpiece that is Con Air. How are you feeling about this, lads?
I mean, this was like there was an extra layer of difficulty because you can't gender swap because of just the premise of the movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you
it's probably the only movie
of actors because then it just doesn't make sense.
Normally we don't mind, but that one, I was thinking at my head, I was going, if one of them changed someone to a girl, they've automatically lost.
I wanted to, but it just doesn't.
Yeah,
I can't do it.
You kind of have to go the whole lot. I think if you're going to change one, change them all.
Yeah, you'd have to make that. Oh, I hadn't even considered that.
We've seen movies go down that road before, and it is not good.
Yeah, that's true. And I also there is at least one person in this cast that I asked if I could keep, but Josh was like, "No, it has to be completely recast." I was like, one person that I would want to keep, and I'll tell you when it comes up.
You can recast them in a different place if needed be,
but not the same role.
Yeah, not the same role.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's be fair. The one role that was absolutely perfect in this was Skyline Green.
Yeah.
Steve Buscemi
was the choice for that. So
yeah.
But as the concept is here, again, there's the three judges, and me, myself, Ted, and Greg. We're all here to judge both Josh and JP and their casting choices. So, lads, will we just get into it? Dive in right away.
God, I love being judged.
Let's kick it off here with the Irish favourite. We'll go with Colin Meaney.
Malloy.
Oh.
Red alert! Red alert!
All right, Agent Duncan Malloy. My choice
to go first
for the recast is Walton Goggins.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I love me some Goggins. Like, he can play that scummy, like, douchebag FBI agent in his sleep.
Yeah, he is pretty piece of shit.
Yeah, he's the best.
Yeah,
Uncle Baby Billy is my choice.
He's very similar to the likes of David Thomas Kelly. You know, he just plays that same role over and over and over again.
He nails it.
I think I've cast him as David Thomas Kelly in something on one of the previous episodes. I think I used him for the exact same reason.
Was The Crow, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's like the guy is just a dick. Like, I'll put him in there. He works.
Yeah, perfect. He's the ass kicker.
And fun fact, I've waited on him a couple times. He couldn't be the nicest, coolest fucking guy. He's amazing. Like
so
I'm jealous that you picked Walt Goggins because I would cast him in anything.
Yeah,
anything.
I mean, he could have fit almost any role here.
I mean, you could have picked him yourself.
I could have.
I'm taken by the argument you didn't.
I feel like that's a point for me. I was just giving.
I guess I'll pick mine for Colm Meaney. I thought of an older actor, kind of can really play that dick part really well. I said Josh Brolin.
Brolin's good.
Ooh,
good show.
That is a good one.
That's a good show.
Thanos himself.
Mm-hmm. And he's kind of played, like in
Sicario.
Sicario, yeah, he's really great at playing that kind of like dickhead, operative kind of guy. I could see him.
Who thinks he's better than everybody else?
I just couldn't see him driving that little tiny car around.
To be fair, you very rarely see Colin Meaney driving that car around.
That's true.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We, as a collective here, we kind of had an interesting choice, but I think it works really well. We went with John C. Reilly for this role.
That works. I mean, he's the best. Like, he can do anything. He's such an underappreciated actor. Like, he's funny. Yeah. He can do comedy. He can do dramatic. He can do everything.
He could do musicals. Like
he's great.
He can sing as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the man's always in Ireland as well.
True.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He lives. He has a house out in Dublin or something.
Oh, nice.
Oh, amazing.
He just appears in random pubs and everything. He does traditional music sessions with people and then just leaves.
That's so good.
Oh,
I love that.
that's amazing. I love that too. That's so good.
Well, it's an easy one for me. I'm going with Josh Brolin here. I didn't even think of him. That was a show. I had Jason Clarke as my solo pick.
Ooh,
I like
that's
him.
a good one too.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of him.
Told you it was a good one, lads.
I don't think we disagreed that it was a good one.
I have to give it to Walton here.
Yeah.
Walton Goggins. So Ted, you have the difficult choice.
I do have the difficult choice. I'll tell you, I had Colin Farrell as who I thought would have been quite good here.
Oh,
I almost put him in my cast.
I think he would have been really solid here.
Absolutely.
I think I'll go with Josh Brolin. I think he just has a bit of like he's got a bit of a harder nose to him. Whereas Goggins, as much as Goggins plays that dick thing quite well, he's always kind of a slimy, in the background sort of dick. He's not a real hard nose sort of guy. But I did like Goggins as a pick. Now I do like Walton.
Don't patronize me.
No, I do like Walton Goggins because I've used him in other stuff before. I love using people over and over again.
Man, I thought that was a Sherwin. I might be getting worked here.
That's what happens when you show up late.
I know.
I think we'll move on to Diamond Dog next. Ving Rhames.
Okay, I went outside the box on this one.
Okay.
My Diamond Dog, I went with Michael Shannon.
Michael Shannon.
He's just like the stoic, because he doesn't go too crazy. Like he's kind of like the right hand man that's just solid throughout to Mr. Cyrus the Virus.
He is so good in 8 Mile as well.
He's just the fuck. Michael Shannon's just
the man.
Michael Shannon's
He's the man.
Yeah.
No,
I actually have him in my cast.
Oh dear.
Well,
we might also.
So for the Ving Rhames character, I saw him. He's supposed to be kind of like a Black Panther, a militant, but also highly intellectual. I picked Winston Duke, who was in Us, and also M'Baka from Black Panther. Yeah. I think he's a great up-and-coming young actor, and I think he could play that really kind of beefy kind of dude.
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
We've used quite a bit.
Winston Duke was my single choice for this. Yeah,
I like him. I think he's great.
My single choice we actually stuck with Mike Coulter. That was the collective one we went with.
He's great. I'm glad he's still working. I know he's doing some CBS show or something, but I thought he was great in Luke Cage.
Yeah, he's brilliant in Luke Cage. Such a unit as well.
Yeah,
huge,
a big thick
jacked.
Boy.
Yeah, big old thick boy. THICC.
Yeah.
Well, as Winston Duke was my single pick, so that's where I'm going to give my vote there. JP, you get that one from me.
We've run the issue here that we may or may not have cast Michael Shannon somewhere else, so I can't really vote for him here when he was the collective choice somewhere else.
Yeah.
Not to give too much away.
I think the bigger issue for me here is that, as JP said, the character is billed as a black militant,
right?
Which I do think it struggles when you use a white actor in Michael Shannon.
Yeah,
and he is white.
Everything because I couldn't do gender, so
I think there's a couple there that you kind of had to keep because he mentioned something about being black in it.
Yeah,
there is that.
Poe says it to him. He says, "I can't believe you as a hard-nosed black militant are
they mentioned it,
from a white boy."
Nightline commented on his book, and it was a wake-up call to the black community.
Yeah, so I think I'll have to go with Winston Duke, which was one of the contenders as well, until Greg said Mike Coulter, which. Then, as you said, he's a thick boy, double C, no K.
No fucks given.
Heresy off to a flying start with a 2-0 lead.
Heresy.
So we'll jump on next to Johnny 23, Danny Trejo's character.
Okay. So I went with Michael Mando. He is Nacho on Better Call Saul. He's the Scorpion in the Spider-Man movies. Love that guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Pretty big badass, all right.
Yeah, I love that dude. I don't know if you've been watching Better Call Saul, but after this
I have, yeah.
like, oh yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good choice.
That's the guy.
Yeah.
So I chose somebody else from Better Call Saul.
Oh.
I picked Tony Dalton, also known as Lalo Salamanca.
Tuco.
No,
not
Lalo.
Tuco.
Oh, sorry.
He's the
Yeah, sorry, the other lad, yeah.
Yeah, Lalo,
Yeah.
who I think is he's great at playing just like that really charming, but
He was
also
swordsman in
Hawkeye. Yeah, that's what I was
the
going to say.
Hawkeye,
Yeah.
So good as
Yeah.
swordsman at Hawkeye as well.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be like everywhere coming up after Better
think
Call
he's
Saul.
good.
Like he's really good, and I picked him. That's Tony Dalton.
He's a good choice. For the look, I think I'm going to give it to Michael Mando here. Give Joshua one vote to Michael Mando, I think.
Get me on the board. Come on.
Yeah.
We'll half the deficit here. I'm going the same.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'd go with that as well. My issue with Tony Dalton is that he's as much as I do think he is a badass,
It's too likable.
He's too likable, which
Yeah.
although I do love Danny Trejo, his character is not a likable character. He is a horrible piece of
he's
shit.
the worst.
That's very
The white
true.
stuff
Yeah.
on the side of your lip.
Yeah. So like I don't think I could look at Tony Dalton as that sort of character.
Yeah, I just don't
That's
want
true.
to look at it that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's too likable. Whereas
He
Michael
can do
Mando,
it, but I don't want him to do it.
yeah, I think I could more believe Michael Mando is that character. So
Yeah.
That's fair.
But
On the board.
we as a collection had was it John Bertinel?
John Barenthal.
Berthold, yeah.
Ooh, that's good.
I
That's-
thought
that's
Vinnie
really good.
Jones personally. I thought Vinnie Jones could have done it quite well.
He would do too. I love Barenthal, man.
Yeah.
Mhm. He's on my list.
Oh.
Ooh.
That's not going to go well. So
It might. We'll have to see where he puts him. It could end up going well.
Mhm.
True. We'll go with the weirdest looking guy. I think Garland Green, Steve Buscemi's character.
I love Steve Buscemi.
All right. I swapped multiple people till I finally settled on my choice.
This one was a very difficult one.
This one
Yeah.
was super hard. I changed out 3 or 4 times.
I think of when we were doing the collective one, this was the biggest kind of debate that we had on who
Yeah.
to choose for this character.
I went with Daniel Radcliffe. I want to see Harry Potter
Okay.
as this tiny
Ooh.
little neat dude, but a psychopath like John Gacy type killer.
Mm-hmm.
I do like Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah. I actually asked if I could keep Steve Buscemi as
Yeah.
this because like even still now,
I
like
know,
he's
it's
an
hard
older
to-
guy.
Yeah, you'd still
Yeah.
believe him. Yeah. When you said earlier that you had someone that you wanted to keep, I was like, it's gonna be Steve Buscemi because
Yeah.
we wanted to
perfect.
as well. We were like,
He's
Steve
just
Buscemi
so
is
perfect.
just Steve
Yeah.
Buscemi as any character that Steve Buscemi plays just works.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great. But I picked somebody who has played creepy in a few different movies, and that is Paul Dano.
I thought about Dana.
we mentioned him.
Yeah, we did.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
almost
that's who
went
I
Michael
chose.
C. Hall too. Stick with the
Oh
stereotype.
yeah. Oh, he can play.
See, this is good here because we're getting new people in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I had one name. As soon as we said we're giving you this, I had my name picked anyway. I put Bill Skarsgård in.
Oh,
Skarsgård's good.
he's a real creep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very much so. Agreed.
Sorry, Bill, but you're a
Sorry,
dick.
Bill.
He knows.
Nah.
This is a tough one to vote. Why don't you go ahead there first? We'll let you be good, kind Ted, this time around.
Yeah, so this was again the one that we had the most sort of arguments. I put forward Joaquin Phoenix and Cillian Murphy, who I think could both have done
Oh,
it
Killian.
quite well.
Yeah, I love Killian.
Very much.
But I don't know. I think particularly after Batman, Paul Dano
he's going to get a load of these
He's
roles.
a pretty good psychopath.
Yeah.
He's sold me on the psychopath, but there's also the way Garland Green is played. He's obviously a complete psychopath, and they're all terrified of him. But then when he's sitting out in the pool with the little
With
kid,
the little girl,
you're like, oh, what a nice guy. And I'm kind
The
of like,
characterization
Paul Dano
of him
comes
is
across.
so confusing in this movie because he's supposed to be this like Hannibal Lecter type dude, but then when he gets away at the end, we're like he's just like playing craps or something. We're supposed to be like happy about that.
I think we're meant to be more.
like Steve Buscemi.
I think we're
It's
meant to be
played
more.
for like, ah, he got away. He's having fun. Like
I think we're meant to be more
portrayed in a
creeped out.
weird way.
yeah.
I think you're meant to be creeped out by it, that he's convinced this community that he's a nice guy who clearly don't know who he is, and he's infiltrated it, and presumably he's going to then kill. And
But I mean, he has that whole creepy thing with the little girl, and then he doesn't do what you think he's gonna do. So,
Yeah.
like, is he really this mass murderer, or is he just like a weird
Yeah.
little dude?
that's
He
what
has
makes-
that
done very well.
that monologue he had, or the dialogue he has with Cyrus as well, where he's like, define ironic, a group of maniacs hijacking a plane, listening to a song that's made famous by a band that were killed in a plane crash.
Yeah,
Genius.
yeah. I think Paul Dano just fits that character mold very well. Batman obviously plays wonders for him in this.
Yeah.
So,
He's been the best bad guy, I think.
He was so
He's a really
good,
great
and
villain.
he played a real creep in that movie Prisoners too. That
Yeah, he did.
ooh, yeah.
That is not an easy watch.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I
no.
watched it once, and it's very, very good, very enjoyable film in the
Yeah.
sense that it's shot quite well and everything, but
Well, watch
not,
it
so-
again.
not something I plan
That's
on
one of
watching
those,
again.
yeah.
It's a
Even
real-
when you look back at Paul Dano's early work, where he was Clitzy in Girl Next Door, the comedy movie.
Oh
He
yeah,
plays a creep in that.
yeah. Who's like obsessed with sex and
Yeah.
Oh, he's so good. Yeah.
No, he's the other lad. He's
Paul
the long
Dano
hair.
was Paul Dano was my choice. I was putting it forward as well.
Yeah.
JP, we're kind of thinking alike here. That's two we've had that were, the same.
Mm.
So
I'd
I had to
be-
give it to Paul Dano as well. Just
I'd
for
be
that
giving
reason.
mine there too.
Oh, clean sweep.
Ah,
3-1.
you looked
Took a
like you were
shot
clawing,
there.
it looked like you were clawing it back there, Josh.
I
but-
thought so.
You got to win them all now,
That's what I was
Joshy.
most worried about. 'Cause
yeah, you
I
gotta win
felt
them all
it,
now
but it
to
was
get
a
ahead.
weird choice.
You got a point. That
Yeah.
sometimes you should be happy it's not an all out and out whitewash.
There hasn't been a whitewash yet, so
That's
at
good.
least you're not going to be the first,
But we did a couple of weeks ago. There was an episode that we actually had a special one, and it was 9 people,
Mm.
and I won the first 2, and lost the next 7.
Oh my
No, he didn't.
Real
We
good.
didn't. We drew on the tour.
We drew
But
1. Sorry, that
the-
was it.
The most ironic one about it was Carl turned around and goes, "I'll probably lose them all after this one now." Watch. And we drew the next one, and then he lost the rest of them.
Yeah, full Bambino. You just called your shot.
yeah.
Yeah, I was heartbroken.
It was an out and out pasting.
It was.
What movie was that?
The Lost Boys.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
good one.
it was a
Yeah.
tasty
that was
one.
It was a tough one. We'll move on next. We'll go with Larkin. John
Larkin.
Cusack's character.
Mhm.
Struggled with this one too, but for Agent Vince Larkin, I went with Jason Bateman.
Bateman's a good choice.
Mm.
That's a good one. That's a
Oh,
real.
I didn't even think of Jason Bateman.
That's a real good one.
Is
I-
he can do the dramatic with those arcs, and I mean, obviously he's funny with Arrested and all that, everything else he does. But
Mhm.
I think he could do that.
Yeah, I like Bateman.
Mhm.
Cusack's a psychopath. Like
Yeah.
there's a story about like who is the craziest person on set, and everyone's like, oh, it's Cusack. He's
Oh,
Yeah.
clearly he's
on
a
set with Nick
psycho.
Cage, John Malkovich. I mean, everyone else, like, and Cusack was the craziest person.
Yeah,
Doesn't
maybe that's
surprise
why.
me for some reason.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why we don't see him a lot anymore. He does a lot of straight to DVD movies now,
He's tough
unfortunately.
tough to work with.
Yeah. I went with somebody who is on a really great Amazon show that I've been a fan of for a while. Mr. Carl Urban.
Oh, I like Carl Urban. That's
Shoot.
he's on The Boys, right?
Yeah, he's fan
He was
favorite.
Judge Dredd.
Yeah, and he's Judge
Dredd.
Dredd.
Movie, which is
and he's the Doctor in Star Trek.
he's Bones.
Yeah, just Bones. And
He
I
was.
Oh, we got to do Dredd.
He was in Lord of the Rings as well, wasn't he? He was Éomer in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
But
he's
you
been
wouldn't-
around for a long time.
He's also in the MCU. He was
Ragnarok.
Hela's.
Yep.
Yeah, Skorg.
Yeah.
Mm.
He was gas with the 2 machine guns.
He's really made a big old comeback for himself.
Big time.
Yeah, he's killing
Yeah.
it. And The Boys, I love The Boys.
Oh, he's
yeah.
so
No,
good.
Josh and I talk about that show a lot. Like we
Yeah,
both love
no.
that show.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's so
Oh,
good.
great.
It's quite good.
It's
You
like the
gotta
opposite.
watch
You'd love
It's
it.
it's the opposite of like Marvel, you know, like the superheroes
Mm.
and the bad
It's
guys.
like what if it
The
was
anti-heroes.
run by corporations?
you see
Exactly.
that
not,
in the first
not even
scene.
anti-heroes, like they're legitimate bad guys. Like
They're horrible human beings.
Yeah.
yeah, they're
Awesome.
like there's like 2 of them that are nice people, and the rest of them are all horrible pieces of shit.
Just
Like,
Like the only nice
Horrible.
one is from Iowa, where I grew up. So.
It's basically if you make.
So that means there's no nice ones.
It's basically if superheroes were made into a company.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like corporations
An
controlling
evil, evil
and all
company.
the horrible things that came from it.
Awesome.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
no,
great.
very-
You should get into it.
It's
Great.
very good. The 3rd season's coming out soon as well.
Yes.
Comics are
yeah.
really
Can't
good
wait for
too.
that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so
Oh
get
yeah.
on that, Greg.
I'll work on it.
For this one here, as a thing, which is probably why you didn't get the point last time there, Josh. We went with Daniel Radcliffe as a whole for this one.
Ah,
Oh.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
I kind of like Daniel Radcliffe. I was the one who put Radcliffe forward because I was like, Larkin is very, high in his own moralistic ideas,
Mhm.
but also a bit of a rule breaker, which
Mhm.
is just Harry Potter. Like that's literally just
Yeah.
it's just Harry Potter, but slightly older and now working for the police with no magic.
He's got a strong moral compass.
Yeah, so I thought Radcliffe, and I think Radcliffe's been killing it recently.
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
it's very tough to shake the I don't want to say
He's-
stigma because it makes it sound
Yeah.
like it's a
Well,
bad
that's
thing.
why I
but, like,
went with him because he
Yeah.
does weird shit now.
yeah, like
Mhm.
it's very hard
He's
to
also
shake
the
that
front
That was
stigma.
my
runner to
thought
be
process.
the next Wolverine for the MCU.
I'd be okay with that.
Maybe a bit small physically for it, but yeah.
Well,
I
he's
suppose.
Wolverine's like 5 feet tall. He's supposed
Yeah,
to
no,
be
but
short.
I mean physically, as in like
Yeah.
Wolverine's 5
Mhm.
foot,
He'll
but
get
he'd
on
have
that
to-
HGH and
Yeah,
like,
he'd
the
need-
Marvel
yeah.
regimen.
He'd get on
like,
this
Working out
mean, if they
18
can give-
hours a day.
yeah.
If they can give Paul Rudd abs, like they can do it.
Yeah.
Listen, hang on.
yeah.
I will have a bad word said about Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd so hot right now. I will not have a bad word
Oh,
said about
that
Paul
wasn't
Rudd.
meant as a shot. But he's like 50 years old and he looks
Yeah, but
like a
he's-
snack.
Yeah, but I mean, he's looked like that
Mhm.
since like he was 20. He just
But
decided
he wasn't
that.
cut like that. I mean,
Oh,
Kumail
mm.
Nanjiani, like he's just like a stand-up comedian and he's just yoked. They can do it to
Like
anybody.
bodybuilder. Like,
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
really is. He's
He can
like
do it to
he was
anybody.
just like a doughy comedian, and now it's
Yeah.
just like, oh,
Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt is the biggest.
yeah,
one.
him too.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he was the definition of a doughy like comedy
I love
character,
how-
and then he just got jacked because they were like,
I love how in Parks
We
and
want
Rec
you to
how
do
they
that.
explained
Yeah.
it. They're like, "Oh, how'd you lose all this weight?" He's like, "I just stopped drinking beer." It's like, how much beer were you drinking?
yeah, Nah,
That was how they addressed it.
yeah, he's so
Mhm.
good in Parks and Rec,
Mhm.
and then you see him
Yeah.
transform into that. Yeah,
hmm
I'm gonna give my vote here to Jason Bateman.
Yes,
Mm.
keep it interesting.
Two. Ah,
Judah Bateman.
yeah.
Let's go. I'm calling
go.
a comeback.
I'll go through. I'll go 3.
The comeback is on.
son of a
I think
bitch.
both choices are very good in the sense that I think both actors would do it very well.
Yeah.
But one of the things that we had put forward was that Larkin is meant to be the young upshot. And both those actors are
Oh.
probably a bit too old to be the young
Yeah.
upshot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
So if either of you had actually used a younger actor, I probably would have just picked that one because of the age.
Same. I was thinking the same. When you said Josh,
Mm.
when you said Jason Bateman first, I was like, oh, it's gonna be over.
Yeah.
But then-
Carl Urban is a good shout, though. I do like Carl Urban.
Mhm.
Okay, so 3-2.
All right.
True.
Oh,
We
yeah.
have the.
Ooh,
Now,
close.
is this going to be another draw?
A classic comeback, is this?
We'll
Well,
jump in
it's
there.
an odd number, right?
It's an odd number.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
if you
but
if you have the same actor, it counts as a
Oh,
point.
true.
Yeah, so
Oh.
you can end
Well, I
up
don't-
drawing.
It's
Yeah.
happened before on a special
I
episode.
could see one being, but not Malkovich. I doubt.
hmm
Yeah, so if you win
All right.
Malkovich and then your Poe is the same
Yeah.
person,
I could see Poe
He's-
being the same.
you just could end up drawn out.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it'll be
Mhm.
interesting. We've had one draw before on a special episode, so if that happens, you still have to come
Actually-
back for a different.
Carl's lost on Champions Advantage a few times.
Yeah, but that's a
Yeah.
like he still loses. It's a Champions
Yeah.
Advantage. There's no Champions Advantage here, so they'll just draw.
You've got to
No.
beat the champ.
But what we do on the main show is that when it's the three of us, if it ends up a draw, whoever's the champion just continues as the champion going into next week.
Oh,
So
okay.
if the champion has
I
that
mean,
advantage
you have
going in,
to. Yeah, you have to beat the
I'm
champ.
the only one.
Yeah.
I'm the
Mm.
only one to have lost by champion advantage 3
Well,
times.
okay. Mm.
Was it
At least
was
you
it
had
3 consecutive weeks?
I think it was 3 times in a row that I lost by champion
Oh,
advantage. I
Oh,
was
shit.
The double
wasn't
doink.
fun for me.
Carl was also needed 1 point from the last 2 to win one, and drew both last picks.
yeah,
Oh shit.
Got it.
yeah. I get the tough breaks, lads. I get the tough breaks. But what ways did you guys recast Cyrus the Virus, John
All
Malkovich?
right. So I went a little off script here. I went for Cyrus the Virus. I chose Jonathan Majors.
Ooh,
Oh.
great choice.
Ah,
I
Great actor.
love that man.
I
He's a
like
great
that.
actor.
Kang the Conqueror in the MCU. He did Lovecraft Country. He's just
Mhm.
he's incredible.
Yeah,
He's
that's
on
a great
fire.
choice.
He is on fire right
And
now.
he plays
He
like
really
a
is.
crazy person, and Loki is Kang. Like I just,
He's is he not going to be in Creed 3 as well?
Yeah, he's the bad guy in Creed 3.
Yeah.
he can do anything.
Yeah, that's a great choice.
Mhm.
No, it's very solid. He's
So I picked somebody that
Pressure's on now.
Yeah.
I think this one you guys might like. I picked somebody that Josh had already mentioned. I picked Mr. Michael Shannon for Cyrus the Virus.
Heresy.
Well, I am really sorry here, lads. The contest is over.
Yeah.
Because we also chose Michael Shannon.
I will say that the switch of putting Cyrus as Jonathan Majors does change the fact that Diamond Dog could have gone white, actually.
True.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why I was
totally.
mixing it all up.
Totally.
You would
mixing
just
it up.
switch the, like, instead of being a black kind of
Militant.
Yeah, because
like
he
a black
could have had
militant,
those.
you
That's
can
how
go
I
the other
thought
way,
of
a
it.
white militant.
Yeah. Because, I feel like if they were to reboot that, they would change up some of those dynamics. And
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know if we were supposed to go exactly.
No,
for-
no.
No, no.
You're
Because that's
perfectly
how
fair
I
to
looked
change
at it.
it.
Was
Yeah.
like we were.
Yeah,
I was
no.
going to mix and match and give these characters.
We've done that
Unless
before as
it's
well in the past.
unless it's an integral part of the story.
Yeah,
Mhm.
which that could have changed, to be fair.
Yeah.
Sure, I think on
The Crow was the big one.
when we recast Ferris Bueller's Day Off, the receptionist we recast as Jack Black.
Oh.
No, we didn't.
No, I wanted to
Oh.
recast the reception.
No, we
with
didn't.
Jack Black, and he
Oh,
didn't.
it wasn't. Sorry, we chose
Oh, yeah.
Barrymore, actually. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
No,
wanted
it
him
was
to be
the-
Jack
the-
Black.
The Crow was the big one when you tried to change
Yeah,
Eric Draven to be a woman.
I tried to make the lead of the Crow, Kirsten Stewart.
Whoa, that would be
Um,
good.
I
Yeah,
chose-
Yeah, I thought
I
so.
like her.
I thought
I,
so.
I think the only time it did change was when
I
I,
love The Crow.
changed somebody in Armageddon. I think that's one of
Yeah.
the times it did. We
Yeah.
did actually change
What did you
a gender.
change?
Oh, we changed the
Let me see.
I can't
was
remember.
it? It was.
It was in Armageddon. I can't remember exactly who I changed, but I changed some.
Oh, we changed Will Patton's character to a woman.
Oh, I changed Will Patton
Oh,
to
yeah.
Queen Maeve from the Boys.
I didn't like it. You don't change. You don't change Will
I can
Patton.
see that. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
hard, but I mean, you
Patton's
have to
so
change
good.
Will Patton.
Yeah, we have
Just
to
cast him somewhere else. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Mm-hmm.
Dominique
He is the
McElliott.
best.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we may as well finish this out anyway.
Yeah.
No point in leaving it there. Get the main man.
I
You
mean,
know?
Cage should be worth 2 points. Is this the-
Oh,
I mean, if you can convince us it's a really good one, we'll see.
All right. So
Way did
what
you
I
go
did
there,
for
Josh?
Cameron Poe, I went with Keanu Reeves.
Keanu. Not a
I
bad
want to
choice.
see
That'd
him
be
in a
good one.
mullet and a tank top.
Killing
Because if
it.
you look at Cage's dialogue in there, he says nothing throughout the entire movie, and that's kind of Reeves' thing. He doesn't
Put the
really
bunny
say
back in the box.
Yeah,
Put the bunny,
Put the bunny
back in the box.
One of the worst Southern accents you'll have ever heard.
Oh,
he's so good. He's
and I
so,
think his
so
would
good.
be
You know what? His-
awful.
His accent in that is as bad as Things is in Anaconda. John
I know
Voight's.
that.
Oh,
No,
that's
John
gonna be too
Voight.
far.
No,
Oh,
John Voight's is offensive, whereas his is bad, but it's not offensive because it does sound southern. It's not
I don't
offensive.
know. It's pretty fucking bad, lads.
I bet it's
Bad,
offensive
but
to Southerners.
It might be like, it might be sort of offensive in that they're like he's mocking us, but they'd be
Uh-huh.
like it probably does sound close to us. Whereas
Not
John Voight is
extremely racist.
yeah, John Voight
Yeah,
is just like whoa, man.
That was like
Hold back.
back in the time when they're like, oh, let's just put some bronzer and have him
Yeah.
do an accent, and he plays the South American. Like what?
Yeah,
Yeah, that one was a bit rough.
like how Vasquez was in Aliens, and she's just a Jewish.
Oh, it's so.
It's really bad.
I'll tell you what, I rewatched Aliens today, and there was a while where I was like, I don't know if I prefer Alien to Aliens. I rewatched Aliens today, and I was like, I much
That's
prefer
really tough.
Aliens.
I prefer it. Yeah,
Aliens is definitely easier to watch.
Yeah.
I think
it's just
I
more
think
fun.
Yeah, I think
Like,
the
I don't know
story
if it's
just
a better
works.
movie.
I think
They're
the story
completely
is
different.
better. Yeah, I
It's
think the
completely
story
different.
Is better.
Different
One's a straight-up
genres.
action movie. The other's like a haunted house horror movie.
This is the same points we made
with Terminator and Terminator 2.
Yeah. As I was gonna say, that's what I brought that up on the show. Like Terminator 1 is more of a horror sci-fi,
Yeah,
like Alien,
Like
and Terminator 2
unstoppable
is
killer like
Yeah.
a Jason or a Mike Myers. Just you can't
Right.
stop them.
Totally.
and then T2 was more action sci-fi.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I just
Now-
watched T2 like yesterday.
Now I said
That's the best sci-fi movie ever made.
Pretty fucking fantastic.
It's yeah.
I say
Yeah.
having watched Aliens today that I prefer it over Alien, but I could probably watch Alien tomorrow and then be like, actually, no, I was wrong.
Yeah.
I do
It's
prefer
yeah,
Alien.
you're right though. It's like they're two different
They're
they're
completely
really
different.
movies.
Yeah.
Very much so.
I've got my Cameron Poe is somebody who Josh and I are both huge fans of. He's starring in a new HBO show called We Own the Night, or We Own the City. John Barenthal. I want
Love
him as my
Barenthal.
Cameron Poe.
And theoretically, by the rules, we've got to go and give this one to Josh.
Bother about Keanu Reeves because we did choose John Parenthal elsewhere ourselves.
Where else did you pick him?
We
Johnny
had,
23.
Johnny
we had
23.
him, we had
Oh,
him as
that's
Johnny
right.
23.
Yes.
That's right.
Mhm.
Oh, look, there's the pooch pack.
Yes.
She
But
is. She
do
made
we-
the appearance.
There we go.
Say,
Who we
recount.
chose for this role, and it's a guy who has literally been transforming himself lately for roles and doing it very, very well. We chose Sebastian Stan for this role.
Ooh, I like him.
I ro-
Pam and Tommy.
Yeah,
I'm watching it at the minute.
Good.
he's
What else?
unbelievable.
Sebastian Stan is a better Tommy Lee than Tommy Lee is.
Yeah, I
Um,
really
Um,
liked when Jason Mantzoukas was his dick and they had a conversation.
That was so funny. It's just the most random thing.
It's so weird because they never they went surreal there, but they never did it again.
Mm.
It was
I'm
such
what-
an
I'm-
odd choice.
I'm 4 episodes into it. It's so good.
That's
I
really
need to
good.
watch it. I need to catch up.
Oh, yeah.
Stan.
Like when Carl pitched this idea to us, geez, it must have been nearly a year ago now.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's how he described it with this movie.
yes.
He comes in and says, "So if we're recasting Con Air, and then we
Same
worked
thing.
it from there and into a competition kind of way."
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
for Cameron Poe, it was kind of weird because all three of us had different people. We settled on Sebastian Stan, but we all went very similar in
Who else did you guys have?
Marvel.
Yeah.
I had Chris Pratt.
I thought about Pratt for a
I
second.
thought about Chris Evans.
Poe was my last.
I had Chris Evans.
Greg had Chris Evans. Yeah,
I
Chris
thought
Pratt,
about
he had
Chris Evans too.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's
I just thought of the
weird.
flowing hair for Sebastian Stan. I was like,
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
works.
I would like Keanu Reeves in there anyway. Keanu Reeves would be great.
I mean,
I love
Keanu
Keanu
doesn't
Reeves in
say
anything.
anything in his movies. He's just like a badass. And
True.
Cameron Poe doesn't say anything in this movie. Like he really doesn't.
No.
John Malkovich steals this show though, really,
Yeah.
doesn't he?
Yeah, he's the main character.
Mm.
Yeah.
So-
Well, actually, technically, Gavin Green steals the show, but
So it ends up being very close with Josh.
Made it respectable.
You know,
Ending at
it's 3 to 4. 3 to 4. It's not too bad.
So
Those
JP
are
gets to
close.
walk away as the victor.
JP gets the victory.
Gets to hold that over you now for the next while.
Man, yeah, I don't do well with losing.
what happened? As soon as we log off now, I get a message. I need a rematch.
Oh, I'm ready for a rematch.
We can do that.
Yeah, we'll definitely have you on again. It's always
Organise that in a while, yeah.
Mm.
We'll,
Call for that crown.
we'll sort another action film for you. Obviously, that we've had the boys on
RoboCop.
Oh jeez, no, they said they won't.
Well,
Look at the
we're gonna do
faces.
RoboCop on our show until Nancy Allen agrees to come.
Yeah, so they can't touch RoboCop.
But no, we could. On
can
someone
recast
else's.
it.
It's
We
just
can
that I've
recast
only
it.
made that blanket statement on our show. That we
Yeah.
do.
Fair
I'm only
enough.
joking. It's impossible to recast that.
I think so. Yeah.
They tried and
Really
failed.
tough.
Yeah, I don't
They
think I
did.
could. I think
Badly.
I just punt it and say, and my choices would be everyone who was in it. I just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm losing 7-0. Good luck.
yeah, and I'd be happy about it.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, we had the boys on before for they did their top 10 action films.
Oh, yeah, that's
Obviously,
fun.
that was
you'll,
fun.
you'll notice that everything they do is action related. That is because they have their own show called Action Movie Book Club, because that is their genre. That's the one they love the most, and it's easy to see why. You know, Big Arnie walking around wrecking fools.
It's better
Carrying
than
a tree.
in the 80s or
Yeah,
Sly or I mean, come on.
No way you can't love it.
Yeah, Stallone,
Van Damme.
Mhm.
like the best. Those were huge movies of
This
our
is so
time.
much fun.
Yeah,
So
And Michael Bean. I
yeah,
almost
Michael
put
Biehn
Michael Biehn.
always.
I had Michael Bean in almost every single spot. And
Yeah.
I
A
took
team,
it
a team full of Michael Beans.
like he was
One-man
literally,
show.
I had him written down on almost every single character, and I took him out.
a
I
one-man
was like, I
show.
just can't fit him in.
They just keep recast. They just keep shooting each scene.
Yeah.
But it's him as every
It's like
character.
Eddie Murphy in the Clumps. It's just
Yeah,
Michael
it's just
Biehn
him
in
over and
comedy.
over again. Yeah, I'd watch it.
I would watch the hell out of that.
Oh yeah,
Michael Biehn.
100%.
But yeah, check the
Greatest
lads
action
out
star of all
on
time.
check the lads out on YouTube and stuff as well. Obviously like, share, follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and now TikTok as well. And don't forget to
I'm
go to
Still getting
Carl-
JP on that.
I need to. I just have no
I'm gonna
idea.
make JP an unwitting TikTok star. He's just gonna. I'm gonna feed him lines from old action movies, and he's gonna do the voices. And those little
nice.
kids will have no idea what he's doing.
Nice.
I know it. I know it.
But,
My teenage nephews are gonna help us learn how to use TikTok.
how to TikTok.
Yeah,
Yeah,
your high
well, that's
school
what you need. You need
nephews.
those you need those young kids teaching us.
Yeah, I have no idea how it works. I'm
But,
wildly confused
bro.
by it all.
You're right.
Don't forget to vote on the polls on Carl Sherlock's Instagram as well to let us know if you agree
Mhm.
with our picks or if you think we voted wrong, or if you have your own picks, comment them
Some
in the
vindication.
video and stuff as well.
Mhm.
And if you have any ideas for films you'd like to see us recast, let us know them as well. And
Or if you want to jump on the show yourself.
yeah, let us know. We're always
Grow some balls and jump on. I'm sure we can find an opponent for you.
But if you shit talk Paul Rudd, you will not be on the show.
Because Paul Rudd is so hot right now.
Paul Rudd, so hot right now.
86th. Paul Rudd's so hot right now.
Yeah.
And as everybody saw last week, we do have another one up and coming. This was a special once-off episode, so tune in again next week as we recast Jurassic Park.
Ooh,
it's not easy.
Oh my god, not at all.
Not an easy one.
All. Wow.
But always fun to go back and watch Jurassic Park. You know, you can never go wrong with that. So until next week, thanks for watching. Good luck.